Why are we here today and why are we presenting an ActiveDiscover? Because we have built a so-called EWM extension. So we have some customers and we work closely with all of our customers. So we have listened to their feedback and we thought it's time to build this EWM extension for AD and help our customers to understand the precise impact. Because in EWM we can reuse the process list of your EWM configuration. So with that, we can basically show you exactly which logical transactions and warehouse monitors are affected by a change. And you can do that even before you have released your transport request, or you can do that right before you move something into production. And we have prepared a small example just to show you how an analysis run works. So recently SAP has released a high priority node, and usually from an admin perspective you will receive an email, hey, there's like a high priority node, you really need to implement it soon, and then your first question is, will it break something or will it have any unforeseen impact or consequence for the systems? And you will speak with the EWM lead or with the EWM team and ask them, can I implement this technical node? And they will of course ask you, will it break something? And you hope not, but you have no proof. So you need to implement it into your development system, after that into your test system to perform some tests. So for a single node, there is like a high effort to get all these facts. And in ActiveDiscover, you can just select from the available SAP nodes in your system. So you simply download the node with S-node, and you can then select this SAP node here, and it doesn't even need to be implemented on your development system. So it is enough if it's downloaded. And you can then select it and start an hypothetical analysis run. So what is the impact that this node will have to our system landscape? We have a source and target system. The target system is usually our production system, and we are also taking the usage data into consideration. So if we would click on select here, then we will see the result of this analysis run. And in that case, we can see no impacted objects. We will see like an interface, dashboard interface, which we will see later for other changes. But this clearly shows, okay, this SAP node doesn't have any impact to our EWM processes, as it doesn't touch anything directly or indirectly. We are talking about two analysis levels or an analysis depth of 2 here. So we are going down 2 dependencies. We can go down up to 5 or even more dependency levels of the objects. And we will also see an example with the dependency map later on that you can really visualize why we are speaking about dependencies and so on. I think that is a very simple example to show you how we can calculate the impact that an SAP node will most likely have. And we have also brought a second example. It's more about designing an EWM change based on data ActiveDiscover can gather for you. So here, for example, we performed a change to an EWM picking config, and we executed the analysis run on the release transport request before we wanted to import this transport request into the production system during our CAP approval meeting. And we can see this change will most likely have a very high impact. So we can use these data to really design our change. It would be too late now as we are in front of the production go live. So the next time we will use this data earlier for the change design. So we will perform hypothetical analysis runs with all the objects that we want to change. And here you can see the output, even if we would have an hypothetical analysis run, if we would change these object or if you would have that change design, then our change is most likely or will most likely have a very high impact on our production systems. And ActiveDiscover shows you like a small overview there at the top and then like a detailed drill down at the bottom. And we can see that 2 critical objects are impacted first of all. So you can add all your mission critical objects to a list, and that 6 EWM logical transactions are affected by this change. If you go down, then we can see it's basically the screenshot on the right side, that 6 RFUI objects are affected. And there's also an impact on external systems. This is all calculated by usage data out of the systems. So we can clearly see which interfaces are affected by this change based on the usage data of a selected period. At the top, we can see a small object relationship detail graph. We will later see this like in a bigger picture that you can imagine what this is. And with that, I want to present you the latest update. So basically this EWM extension, and yeah, present you what we have built there. So the first thing is we changed the dashboard slightly. So before you have seen this this big red circle, and when you scroll down a little bit in an analysis run, you will see these yeah, tiles or cards, and these will bring you to more details at the end. And we added a new SAP EWM impact tile here to see if any RFUI or MON changes, warehouse monitor changes are affected. So you will directly see, okay, we need to consult an EWM expert, or EWM experts know, okay, we have some hits here on EWM objects. And the details can be quickly accessed via this view details button. And if we click on that, we will see a new tree view. So we basically listen to the customer feedback, and before we yeah, had like a list with a lot of details, and we want to make our tools as user-friendly as possible. And ActiveDiscover has the big goal to be that the results can be used and will be understood by everyone. So you can now see a tree view, like the process tree view, and you can see something in the outbound processes is affected. When we drill down more, it's in the picking by HU, and then you can see the picking change destination is affected with 2 function codes and 1 validation object. You have a very high level overview, and on the right side, we can see the affected dependent objects. So a very technical view, fine granular view mixed with a high level view. And this can be reviewed, or the impact can be reviewed by the IT and by the business operations to, for example, validate the requirement scope. Do we really want to indirectly or directly touch the picking by HU process? Are we even allowed to do that? We can basically manage our resources with that. Maybe we have an entire team for these areas, or maybe we have any like low risk processes, and we can give that over to some junior developers, for example. Or maybe we see this is like a mission critical process, and we can give that to like a team of senior developers. And we can also yeah, basically validate the timing or the import times for these changes. Maybe we wouldn't affect our entire warehouse operations with that. And the good thing of this tree view is, if we go to the next slide, we made it available not only for the warehouse monitoring, we made it available for the radio frequency framework as well. So in both areas, you now have the possibility to see the affected or impacted processes drilled in a drill down list. And then the last new feature is the new object relationship network. So an object relationship network is basically a network which shows you the relationship between SAP objects. For example, a top level object is a transaction, something that the user calls, and this transaction has one level down dependency to a report. This report has like a dependency to a table or to, I don't know, a view or whatever. And these objects have more and more dependencies, and they will have dependencies to centrally used objects. So some objects are used by a whole bunch of transactions, and they are very central objects. And these dependencies can be discovered with that object relationship network. So with every analysis run, you will get like a tailored object relationship map for the specific objects. So we can see the analysis source object here is the Amber one. It's a very central object, so it has dependencies to other objects. And in the end, it has a dependency to the top level object, which is something the user can call. And together with our usage data, we can precisely predict if there will be an impact or not, or which area is impacted. So we can really discover and understand these hidden dependencies where we may be not really aware of because some external consulting company has developed that 5 years ago, and we need to do like an urgent change, but no one really knows the dependencies in the background. And for example, on the right screenshot, we can see then, yeah, we can basically jump down through the levels and yeah, clearly see objects outside the scope and objects that are in.